Hi guys, good morning and welcome to Prime Media TV. My name is Moses. Welcome to the newspaper review for the 21st of December 2023. It's been a wonderful time this year from January to December, and the year is coming to a close. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. It's few days to Christmas. Okay, this is the newspaper review for this day, 21st of December 2023. In the studio today, I have a guest. I'd rather call her colleague guest. Yeah. So she'll be, talking, she'll be discussing with me in the studio. She's no other person than Princess. I would suspend that name for now. When we come back from our break, you are going to meet our guest. Don't go away. This is still Prime Media TV. This is a newspaper review for the 21st of December 2023. Have fun. Welcome back to the newspaper review for the 21st of December 2023. My name is still Moses. Before we went on break, I told you that we have an elegant, pretty, beautiful black beauty in the studio. No other person than Princess Victoria. Princess Victoria, welcome to the studio once again.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. So, how's it been?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yes.
How's the traffic? Is there any traffic while you're coming?
Not at all.
Okay, not at all. Okay, welcome, Princess Victoria. Okay, so straight to the point, we have different headlines that we're going to be talking about this morning in the studio. First of all, it says on the U-Tide, Tinubu cut transport fare by 50%. Tinubu cut transport fare by 50%. We'll see that on the screen and we'll take a brief look into that so that we know what we're talking about. Let me read it out so you know. President Bola Tinubu has directed a 50% cut in land transportation fares from today to January 4th, 2024 across the country. The president also approved zero fare for train transportation in all the states of the federation within the same period. Reacting to the development, Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) dismissed the announcement as unworkable, saying government cannot decree low fares by flat. Minister of Solid Minerals Development and Chairman of Interministerial Committee on Presidential Intervention, Mr. Dele Alake, disclosed this while briefing State House correspondents at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Alake, flanked by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, Minister of Transportation, Seidu Alkali, and the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga Alake, said all the logistics on the implementation had been worked out with the Minister of Transportation, the transport unions, and luxury bus owners. The luxury bus have 22 designated routes for the interstate transportation. He said, in the spirit of Christmas and the end of year festivities, President Tinubu, in another demonstration of his love for Nigerians, has approved that the federal government should intervene to bring down the cost of public transportation to allow our compatriots who want to travel to visit their loved ones and hometowns to do so without stress and the extra burden imposed by the high cost of transportation around this period. The president is well aware of the recent increase in cost of interstate transportation and even for air travel. Traditionally, our people love to travel during Christmas and the end of year to be with families and friends, and this has been the practice for ages. So in recognition of the economic situation of the country, which he is working very hard to turn around, President Tinubu wants Nigerians to be able to travel within Nigeria to wherever they want to go to meet their loved ones without the extra burden of paying exorbitantly for interstate public transportation. This special presidential intervention will commence Thursday, December the 21st. It will end on January 4th, 2024. From today, tomorrow, that's today, Nigerians wishing to embark on interstate travel to any part of the country from Abuja, Lagos, Kano, Kaduna, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Owerri, Ibadan, Akure, Maiduguri, Sokoto, and other major interstate transportation hubs will be able to do so at half the cost. Speaking on reasons for engaging luxury bus unions, the Minister of State for Transport, Seidu Akali, said Why we decide to use Luxury Buses Union is because they are more organized and more structured. So we held a meeting with the president of the union, and they gave us an idea on how much they charge on a normal day. But during festive, when the bus travel, they return empty, and it is on that account that they have to increase the fare during festivities. That has been taken into account. We held several meetings with Mr. President. Yes, now we know what we're talking about. We have an insight of what we're actually talking about.
Okay.
Now, how do we think that that is workable? That how do you know that this thing is actually going to be possible if government does that?
From their own perspective, I think they must have seen something before they plan in order to cut off the transport fare, because the rate in which the transport fare keep increasing these days, there is, oh my God, you know what? This is season whereby everybody have interest in going, traveling in order to meet their families and friends. But in terms of the transport fare, some people that have the plan in order to travel might not be able to go because of the money. And you know, this time around, there is scarcity of money as well. So if they can help us in order to do this, I will so much like it.
I know, I understand that the government actually is actually trying to make sure that
everything works out,
everything
right?
works out. But then let us take a look at, let us be a bit practical. Okay. If we are saying that they want to pay 50% of these fares, how do they intend to pay the companies? Yes, how do they intend? Because we have several transportation companies in the country, and there are several people who own luxury buses. How are we not, you know, how do we not think that this is another way of embezzlement? Because if this company is saying that, okay, 50%, okay, 50 people traveled this
and it's
period,
not true,
and it's not even up to 50 people, let's say 30 people or 20 people, and then they give them that money. The government is still going to come and increase it and say, we paid this certain amount instead of this certain amount. The government might pay 20,000 and they will come up, end up saying they pay 100,000. So you understand, these are strategic points that we need to look into. We understand that they are trying to make things easy for us, but let us be practical. Are we sure that those monies are going to get to the right persons, or they are going to shove it in their pockets, or they are going to even over budget the stuff?
This is Nigeria, right?
Yes, it is Nigeria.
They know what they want.
Oh, yeah.
But the best thing, I think the best thing they can do on this is to reduce the cost of the fuel so that everybody will be able to travel on their own.
My point of view is subsidy was removed, and they said they are going to actually give increase the minimum wage, yes, at first, and then secondly, households in Nigeria, in the different states, across the different states in the country, are going to get a certain amount of money. Till today, we have not received that particular amount. Why don't they just, okay, the money you are going to pay to the bus company for the travelers, why not just channel it to people? You have our NIN. You have our account details.
Yes,
Central Bank has the details of people.
Okay, they should
country.
use that message.
Why don't they? Yes, why don't? Yes.
If they actually think of helping the people around them, so I think this is Nigeria.
See, let me tell you something, Victoria. I don't believe, and I can never believe the government that they are actually going to do something that is going to be meaningful to people. That's going to be, you know, of great use to people. Instead, they are fighting for their own pockets. If they release that fund now to, okay, let's say you are Minister of Transportation and the funds are being released to you, madam, the person will not even carry out 20% of that job. We just carry out some for show, and then say that they have done things.
I understand.
This country, I have passed that level.
Corruption everywhere.
I'm telling you, I passed that level where someone will come and tell me that, okay, the government is going to pay for 50 persons, and then that 50 persons is what they are going to pay for. No, they might pay for 3-4 persons, and they
will say they have paid for 50
persons, and they will put the rest in the pocket.
It will be in their record as well.
So it's another way of embezzlement of funds. Government, don't deceive yourself. We all know what is happening. If nobody knows, I know, Baba. I know what is going on. So anyway, let us leave that aside. Let let us see what they want to do, and let us follow them as the process erupts. Okay, so the other one on rivers crisis now, President Tinubu had to invite um, Governor Fubara and Minister of Abuja of the FCT, Wike. So you know that problem in Rivers
In
State,
Rivers State.
yes, and then they said they should sign a treaty, a peace treaty. Now everybody is blaming Fubara. Fubara, why did you sign such a document? You're not supposed to sign such a document. You are a governor of the state. You are supposed to use your if executive powers are not strong enough. Use your veto power. Do what you are supposed to do and make sure everybody's okay. And everybody is saying, why did you sign that document? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Now Fubara is saying that I signed the agreement for peace.
Okay.
I didn't sign the agreement for problems or challenges or issues. I signed the agreement quite well, but I signed it for peace. What do you think? Knowing fully well that it was Wike that put him in power, what do you think?
This life, all we deserve is peace of mind. And I want to say, for someone to do such a thing, he must have his own reason. As an individual, before you do something, there must be a reason behind it. And you have to think before you do anything. As you have said, he did it in order to do what? For peace to reign. You must have seen a lot before doing such a thing.
Of course, but I'm trying to phantom why he bowed to pressure though. Because I know that the second term he is not going to be elected. He will be removed. And of this I'm sure.
So that means he didn't supposed to sign the.
For me, listen, you have the heart of the people now. You understand? So if I were to be Fubara, I wouldn't have signed the peace listen. Although you cannot even waive the instruction of the president. When the president calls you and gives you an instruction, you are supposed to do what? Follow. Yes. Because he's the number one citizen in Nigeria. So anyway, I don't blame him, but at a point I blame him. He would have made the president see reasons why he didn't want to sign it. But then Wike is his godfather. So there's nothing he can do about it. Remember when Governor Ambode disobeyed Tinubu and how they removed him? In fact, without even gaining the primary election, how they removed him. I think that was the same thing that they would do. That's power. That's politics. I think that's the same thing they are going to do with Fubara. But if only Fubara is strong enough. Let us continue. Now, Akpabio swears Lalong in and declares Umahi Giadam seat vacant. I really want to read into that so I would know what they're actually saying. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio on Wednesday swore in a former governor of Plateau State, Simon Lalong, as the senator to represent Plateau South Senatorial District. Lalong of the All Progressive Congress replaced Napoleon Bali of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, whose election was on November 7, 2023, nullified by the Court of Appeal in Abuja. The court declared that Lalong was the valid winner of the February 25th senatorial poll. On Tuesday, Lalong, who was a member of President Bola Tinubu, formally resigned as Minister of Labor, Employment and Productivity to take up the senatorial slot. He took the oath of office at about 11:57 a.m. on Wednesday on the floor of the Senate, with the Senate President congratulating him. Speaking soon after his inauguration, Lalong said he actually wanted to be a senator after he concluded his tenure as governor in May 2023. According to him, he opted to hold the position of a minister in the interim and on the invitation of Tinubu because he had a case he was pursuing at the court. Okay, so this country is beginning to turn to a one-party country where only APC rules. They are gradually taking out all the states, all the PDP governors and all the PDP candidates. They're actually taking them out of power and then replacing them with APC.
You think it's their fault?
Fault?
Like, is it the fault of the APC? What I mean is this. You are trying to say APC is trying to dominate all the states,
Mm.
right? By removing the PDP that are in power, right?
Mhm.
Is it the fault of APC?
Whose fault is it?
I don't get it.
Who are we blaming?
Okay, let me say this. If PDP is in power and they are unable to do what to carry out what they're supposed to do, and the other person ride them, so there is nothing much.
The thing is, your president. Is it your president?
Yes.
Your president.
It's not your. What do you mean? We're in Nigeria
Okay.
together. You know, it's not just
Okay,
mostly in this
okay.
country.
The president of the Federal Republic
Our
of Nigeria.
president.
The president.
Okay,
The president
no
of Federal
problem.
Republic of
It's
Nigeria.
good for you to use the
Yeah.
article then.
The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria
Okay,
got his way into power
true.
through what?
APC.
No, who is APC? It's a party. APC is a
APC
party.
is a party,
But
true.
but how did he get into power? Amidst all of the things that happened, intimidation, rigging, and all of those stuff,
Everything.
you know, the election was not free and fair. How do you think? What do you think
You
got
said
him
the
into
election
power?
is not fair and fair.
Was it free and fair?
Are you there?
Was it free and fair?
You can judge.
People were there.
People were there.
I know he's the
Come on,
president.
no,
No, listen. Party agents were there and they were all complaining.
Okay.
And we saw the figures. Okay, now the INEC actually said they were going to transmit the results, right? Why was the result not transmitted on that day?
That one is their own part.
Their own part. You see where the problem is. Not our problem. It's their own problem. Not our
So
problem.
they need
It's
to
their own
solve
problem.
it on their
And
own.
you said you're a Nigerian. Are you a Nigerian?
Yes, of course.
I'm a Nigerian too.
I thought you were a
And
Ghanaian.
we are supposed to fight this.
For my country.
Fight
right?
for your country.
Because it's my right.
Let me tell you something. If you don't start fighting, who is going to start fighting?
Excuse me, fight for what? Fight for Nigeria. I'm so sorry, Nigeria. I don't think I can fight.
Oh my
I don't
God.
have any weapon
Okay.
to fight.
Okay, now.
God will fight for us.
God will fight.
for us.
Okay, don't vote. Just sit down in your house.
Okay.
And you see where the problem comes from. Victoria.
Yes.
Victoria. You see
I'm
where
with
the
you.
problem comes from.
Where?
Now,
With
so
people, right?
you don't want to fight
So
for your country.
the problem comes from with people, right?
Of course, because you're not
So
speaking out.
We are the cause of
You
our
don't want to
problem.
speak out as soon as we give you any money.
No, I'm neutral, please.
You are neutral. You see,
Yes.
on a more serious note,
Okay.
on a more serious note, let us take a look at these things. That the president got into power is not by the voting by the power of the people.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what they defined as democracy. Democracy is by the people,
for the people,
for the people, and is the people.
Yes.
You understand? That means you have to be liked by the
Government
people first.
of the people,
Government,
by the
yes.
people, and for the people.
You have to be elected by the people.
Yes.
And you have to be for the people.
Yes.
But right now, what are we seeing?
So that shows that
70% of
is no more
people.
democracy. We are
It
no
is
more
not. You
democracy
should.
in
It is
Nigeria.
obvious now. It is obvious. You should know, Victoria.
understand.
You know these things that it is obvious. You see how they went from Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court, and
I
how
think
the
they are still
judgment
on
went.
it now.
They are not on it. Nobody's going to fight for that.
What I mean is this: they are still on it, but they are not going to tell us the reality.
The
about
Supreme
it.
Court has given the judgment.
They are done with the
They are
judgment,
done with
right?
it. So President Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. Your own president, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Victoria's president.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Don't worry now.
Now, actually, on the last but not the least, says Tinubu's intervention in Rivers crisis constitutional, says ex-Lagos SSG. Now, let us look at this. He called Wike, he called Fubara, and then he said, okay, we want to settle in order for peace to reign and to avert war in Rivers State, because he knows that he needs Rivers State for even second term. You understand? And then he brought a document for them to sign. A peace
That is what we
treaty.
said.
That is what we said. He brought a document for them to sign. And when we see that document, we try to scrutinize it well. We know that that document is actually, wavy. It's not something that is right. But Fubara cannot disobey the president.
Decide on his
own. He had to sign it. And Wike said he bought the forms for everyone. He bought the forms. So there's nothing Fubara can do right now. He has to yield
to the instruction
Wike.
given to
But then if he wants to use his power, he can use his power
governor.
because he's the executive governor of Rivers State.
Maybe he was thinking it might backbite.
It might backfire.
Okay.
Of course. Of course, but your ability to stand firm and fight is what matters. Let us see how the game plays. We have come to the end of today's newspaper review for the 21st of December 2023. All of these things we have discussed are real life issues we should know and fight for our country as we are supposed to do so. You know, the Christmas is here, New Year is here. Let us try to be calm. Let us not fight. Let us not quarrel. Let us walk in peace. And then let us not walk at night always because it is very dangerous out there. And there's something I want to tell you, Victoria. We have an online mall where we order things. We order gadgets, you order utensils, you order different home accessories and all of those stuff.
People can use that too.
Yes, you can sit down at the comfort of your house, order those things. You don't need to pay transportation to go out. Just sit down, take your phone, go to your Google www.remy.com.ng for those in Nigeria, and those overseas www.remy.com, and get your delivery within 3 to 5 working days for those in Lagos, and those outside Lagos 3 to 7 working days. And trust me, you will get your product an original product, very, very affordable. And don't forget that we are having our Black Friday. Our Black Friday is ongoing, where prices are slashed 70% or 50%. You can get them. And the most interesting part is you could be in the comfort of your house and sell your product. You could register as a buyer. Just log on to www.remy/seller.com.ng and you will register as a seller. Very easy steps. Once you snap your pictures and your products are approved, boom, you start making cool money. No need for shops, no need for taxing, no need for anything. Just register. And that is remy.com.ng. It is a very reliable platform, and Remy is taking over. Remy is taking over. Any last words, Victoria? Anything you want to say? Do you want to say anything?
Nothing special. I just want to wish each and everyone that is watching us at home Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. We are still on Prime Media TV.
And that is it. That is the end of today's newspaper review for the 21st of December 2023. Join us in the next hour for more content and beautiful, beautiful music rundown. My name is Moses, and here is Victoria, and together we are saying goodbye until we meet again. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day.